Okay. What did you want to rub out? I know probably some of you might want to rub out that sometimes. Responsibility, so it can be hard. At the same time, when you've been with any period in your life without that, actually life can drain away a little bit. There's something kind of honouring and helpful about responsibility, and handled rightly, it benefits everyone around you. So what other one? They're obvious, aren't they, really? Who wants those over their life? That shouldn't be there, should it, really? Think about it in the cold light of day. There's something wrong about that. We don't want those things. The challenge is to rub out that without taking these things with you. How's that done? Well, let's go back to those wise men. Saw the star, followed the star. They brought some presents with them. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, it has been suggested, not by me, guys, sorry about this, that if they'd been wise women, they might have bought slightly more practical presents than aromatic tree resin. There you are, you've given birth, you've got people coming around, they're going to bring something helpful. It's tree resin again. Oh dear. Now, nappies would have been better. I think talcum powder is helpful. I'm not sure why, but when we had children, every drawer was full of talcum powder. It's very strange. I never quite worked out what it was. What I do know is helpful. You know those little they look like tea towels. Easy to mistake for tea towels, but they're kind of little sick rags. Do you know those? And you've got to have enough of those so that they're in arm's reach. And it's kind of like quick draw. It's like, there we go. Everywhere, always surrounding you. Or a casserole. If you know someone who's just given birth recently, then take them a casserole, not tree resin. If you took gold, they probably wouldn't mind too much, but they might send you down Tesco's to get some nappies. Okay, but in their defense, these guys saw something. They recognized something in this person of Jesus, in these three presents that they brought. The first one was gold. They recognized something of this when they brought gold. They recognized that this was the person in charge. This was a king. This was the king come into his creation. I don't know how dimly they saw it, but they saw something of it, and they brought gold. They brought frankincense, and this is where I begin to struggle. No, it's not K. Frankincense. Oh, that's a C, isn't it? You see, you see why it's drawing it all together and not writing all about it. Okay, so I've hedged my bets there. But frankincense, what's that all about? Frankincense was used in worship of God in that time. As you approached God, as you related to God, they have this kind of this aromatic kind of smell about this. You could smell it in the air. It was used for that, for connecting with God. And these guys recognized that this one who from all responsibility came was not coming with a big stick to say, why did you mess up in the way that you did? Why didn't you live the way you were supposed to live? Why did you cause so much of this when I gave you so many great gifts? Actually, he came to re-establish a relationship with us. That's why he came, for God to re-establish a relationship with us. So they brought frankincense. They also brought myrrh. It's a silly word. I've just seen it a second ago. I mean, how does that happen? Myrrh. They brought myrrh. How do you deal with this? That leads to this and this. Jesus did it on this. Lucky I've got one of these. There we go. He did it on that. He went the one who never did anything wrong. He didn't have any crosses over his life. It was one big tick. He'd done everything right. He was God himself in his nature. He was good. And he died on one of these. Why? To take on himself all those things that we had done wrong. To take on himself all of these. Can you imagine what all of your crosses just wiped out? That's why he did it. So that we'd have none of these over our life anymore. The things we've done. That a God who is good in all his ways, in all his dealings, in all his thoughts, could love people who had done things that were wrong. Jesus, on his cross, rubbed out ours. And as we're re-establishing the relationship with God that we are created for, actually, I could just do that, couldn't I? We find happiness as we're connected, not just with one another in temporal relationships that come and go, but with God who lives forever. We find joy. And it's a love so powerful that it lasts beyond the grave. And even when our bodies finally give out and all these wonderful cells stop doing their thing, we can continue to know God's love for us. That's why he did it. In a moment, we're going to sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And I remember before I kind of said to Jesus, yeah, okay, I need these things gone. I saw them and they were real. I needed them gone. And I said to Jesus, okay, I'll trust that on your cross you sorted out mine. I want to come back under you and live in the way that you've asked me to. I want to be responsible for all those things that you've given me. I want this relationship more than anything in the world. And I want happiness in my life. I said yes. Before that point, I would sing this song, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, we're about to sing, and it didn't really mean very much. Now, this is like my song. This speaks about a reality that happened to me, that changed my life. It goes like this: Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners, that's me, reconciled. Relationship re-established. Joyful, you bet, all ye nations rise. Join the triumph of the skies. With angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. It goes on. Jesus, the everlasting Lord, the King of everything. Jesus, incarnate deity, God in flesh, the invisible one, stepping into his creation. Jesus, Son of righteousness, the one with a tick over his life. He's never done anything wrong. Lay his glory, his majesty aside. Born that man no more may die. It's happened to me. When we take everything together, as we try to do on this board, when we put down everything that really matters, we find that actually, ultimately, it's only in Jesus that they begin to make some kind of sense. It's only Christ who draws everything together. Here we go. We're going to stand now and we're going to sing, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you do too. We're singing about not fairy tales or fantasies, but a reality that changes lives. Let's sing, shall we?